It completely just takes out all the guts, and it literally wears the carcass of Scooby Doo like a bear rug. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and today we are going to be talking about Velma. Okay, now I know, Chase, you haven't uploaded in like a month. If I was to ask myself what would get me off my butt and make a video, I would not have guessed it was going to be Velma. Okay, now this isn't new news. Okay, it's kind of been making the rounds for like at least almost a week, and I keep reading about it, and it just it gnaws at me. Okay, I didn't think I'd have really a reaction to it, but there was a lot of Velma news that came out. Okay, a kids movie like Scooby Doo Trick or Treat or something like that just came out to announce, and with that movie coming out, they announced, hey, guess what? Velma's been gay this whole time. She is a lesbian. Yes. The weirdos on Twitter are all just like, oh, how did you not see that for the 50 years that it's been on? It's only everybody knew. It's like, really? Like show me instances. And there's nobody can show you instances besides being what would be considered like kind of homophobic, being like, well, she said this, that's gay, right? That's gay. Like, there's more instances to show like, hey, Velma's actually pretty attracted to dudes. I mean, if you just watch the Supernatural crossover and how much she was pining for Sam Winchester, I don't know.
Great working with you, Velma.
You too, Sam. Those shoulders, jinkies.
Maybe we'll just forget about that one, I guess. But anyway, the new show, this show called Velma, it's called that because, it's a Scooby Doo show. It's the whole Mystery Incorporated gang. There's Fred, there's Shaggy, there's Daphne, and there's Velma. And, just not Scooby Doo. I don't know how you make a Scooby Doo kind of show without Scooby Doo. It's just kind of weird to me because literally the old show was called Scooby Doo. I don't know. Whatever. Nothing matters. Nothing matters anymore. It's all about just trying to push your agenda, trying to shoehorn in diversity, all that crap. Okay, because Velma is literally just a self-insert from Mindy Kaling. Okay, if you don't know, Mindy Kaling's the creator of this show. Because Mindy Kaling was a writer on The Office. And she worked closely with BJ Novak in getting The Office off the ground here in the US. And I'm beginning to realize more and more with Mindy Kaling's projects, like the Mindy Project and other things that I don't remember because my brain says, Chase, you don't need to remember that because it's junk. I don't want you using up the precious storage that you have in your brain to remember pointless things like that. So don't remember it. You can remember the Mindy Project so you can make an example. The other stuff, just don't even worry about, okay? I'm beginning to realize that Mindy Kaling and BJ Novak was probably the one pulling most of the weight, okay? Because seeing her projects after that, they sucked, okay? They sucked. And this Velma is literally just a self-insert of her putting herself in a Scooby-Doo type kind of show. This show has nothing to do with what Scooby-Doo is. It completely just takes out all the guts, and it literally wears the carcass of Scooby-Doo like a bear rug. It's trash. That's all it is. I haven't seen it, but it's trash. How do I know that? Because that's what people are already saying, okay? You go look at the Velma trailer on YouTube. It has like freaking, I think it's at like 207,000 dislikes to like 27 likes, because people realize exactly what it is. Okay, so Velma, like I said, is a complete self-insert of Mindy Kaling. But Mindy Kaling loved the old show. Okay, what's one of the, what was it that she said? Let me pull it up here. Growing up, I've always identified with Velma. Really? Really? You really identified with Velma? Okay, I know you got more to say. Let's check it out. She was so cute, but not like traditionally hot. Super smart, super thick glasses, questionable haircut. I don't know what's questionable about a bob haircut. I just love the series and I feel so honored to do the voice. You shouldn't feel honored to do the voice. You literally casted yourself to do the voice. It's not like you got picked out of thousands of people who auditioned for this role and you just happened to get it and you're honored to be able to carry on that legacy. No, you literally casted yourself. So shut up with the whole I'm honored to do it. And if you really, okay, let me ask you this, Mindy. Okay, you identified with the old character. So what's the deal? Why are you completely changing that character to fit you? Because when you do that, it makes me think that you didn't identify. Your words don't match the actions. Okay, and as a matter of fact, all of the other characters get race swapped, except for Fred. Fred's still white, and she says, "I think of the characters in this as so iconic, but in no way is the gang defined by their whiteness, except for Fred." Okay, all right. Except for Fred. Nobody's defined by their whiteness except for Fred. So what does that mean? What do you mean? How is Fred defined by his whiteness? So let's go back before the casting started for the other Scooby Doo characters, of which Scooby Doo is not a part of the show. Just to remind you, Scooby Doo's nowhere to be found. Of the Scooby Doo characters, back when, when casting calls are out there and they're giving character descriptions. Okay, let's see what Fred's description was. And as a white male, I'll judge how true it is. Okay. Much like the original Fred, our Fred is a white guy who loves to take credit for everyone else's work. But our Fred is also a pretty boy gym rat, riddled with daddy issues big enough to make Eric Trump say, "Damn." And yet, Fred knows that no matter how douchey he acts, he'll never live up to his father's expectations. Just cut right there. I just want to say that I truly feel seen right now. I really do feel seen. As a white man reading that is 100% whiteness right there. 100%. We'll continue. Because Fred has a deep, dark secret. He's 16 years old and hasn't gone through puberty yet. Worse, his secret is getting harder and harder to hide. Not just from his father, but from his girlfriend, Daphne, who's getting a little bored with just over-the-clothes stuff. Fortunately, Fred is wrongly imprisoned for his murders he didn't commit. He needs the help of Poor Town's High's least popular student, Velma. So I'm guessing this is part of the plot for this dumb show. To prove his innocence, and while it's weird for Fred to see, let alone talk to, a girl like Velma, he quickly realizes her thoughts and emotions have value. And that just sounds like such a typical white guy. And, okay, so, yes, no one's defined by their whiteness except Fred, because what we just read there, whiteness 100%. So, Daphne is not Daphne. She's like Asian. Her parents are two lesbians. Fred Shaggy is no longer going by Shaggy. He's going by his given name, Norville. He's a black dude, stoner, stereotypes aside, because that's not what this show is about. It's not defined by stereotypes except for Fred. Pop culture is dead. It's dead. There is no like advancement in it. And I heard Tim Pool talk about this, and it really stood out to me because he was saying he went to a Hot Topic, and going in there, Hot Topic, if you don't know, it thrives on pop culture, but going in there, and I can relate to this, been in there, okay, every so often I find myself in there. Like, there's Blink-182 shirts. There's Alice in Chains shirts. There's Pantera shirts. Is this the 90s? Like, what decade am I in? You go right now, you're going to see Nightmare Before Christmas everywhere. You'll see Hocus Pocus everywhere. I know Hocus Pocus 2 just came out, but even before that, you would see Hocus Pocus everywhere. But it's like, where is the new stuff? Like, even with the anime or manga, like Death Note's pretty popular. And it's like, Death Note, that came out like the mid-2000s. There's creative bankruptcy in Hollywood. This show is a perfect example. And I don't know how David Zaslav didn't cut this when he was going on his murder spree of all like shows and movies. I mean, literally cutting the head off Batgirl to that movie will never see the light of day. And because it was just so awful to how this, I mean, maybe it's something, maybe this is one of those things that slips through the crack. Maybe because Mindy Kaling's name was attached to it. I don't know. But this show literally is not Scooby Doo in any sense of the form. It just carries their names. And and people might say, Chase, you know, why do you even care so much? And that's a great question. And I'll answer it. The reason why I care so much is I'm not going to give some nostalgic answer of, oh, I watched it as a kid and I hate to see my characters, destroyed like this. Although that is part of a reason. But more so, it's they care. They care. They care about shoehorning in all this garbage and putting it out there that I care about that. Because I don't like that. I don't like it. So I have to care about it. Because they do. And if there's not people like me, if there's not 207,000 people like me, then this crap just will keep coming and coming and coming. And it's got to stop. And it will. Hopefully. Who knows? Anyways, guys, that's the video. I got a little fired up in this video. I didn't think I'd get that much fired up about Velma, but apparently it triggered me at some point. But if you like this video, please go down and like it. If you have not yet already, please subscribe to the channel. I know I've kind of... I treat you guys like anyway, the analogy I'm going to say, YouTube wouldn't like, so I can't say that analogy. But I appreciate you guys that do come back and watch these videos, and I really want to start. I need to treat you guys better. That's what I'm trying to say, and give you guys more content because I enjoy making this content, and hopefully you guys also enjoy watching it. So, anyways, guys. Thank you so much for those of you who do watch, for those who watch to the end like you are right now. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing, and I really do love hearing from you and seeing what you guys think. So anyways, guys, as always, peace out.